What is going on to you Sagittarius out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. So look, anyway, trying to see. Anyway, whatever. Smash the like button. I'm trying to make sure that there's no like disgusting glare on my phone. But whatever, right? Whatever. Nothing is perfect. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh yeah, before we begin, please make sure to go ahead and click the link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to be able to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going, all of that stuff. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. So you, Sagittarius, have the King of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Judgment. Okay? So this, in essence, is about you, Sagittarius, going from this, which is asleep, not very aware of your surroundings, being intelligent, but not being aware of your surroundings. See, Sagittarius, that's what it is I'm trying to say. Like, Sagittarius is one of those zodiac signs that are like book smart, but not necessarily street smart. And it's your mutability that helps you, because even though you are fire and that you're book smart, you can learn to be street smart. Okay? And what I mean by that is, going back to what it is I was saying about how a lot of you Sagittarius can be sometimes, especially when you lack experience. You book smart because Sagittarius rules scholastic education. So it's like, yeah, literally scholastic education. Places like schools and churches, all of that is ruled by Sagittarius, because it libraries, scholastic books, right? Academia books, right? Textbooks, right? Things that you read. So, right? Documentation. So what happens is that y'all can get a lot of intelligence that way, but y'all lack street smarts. And why that's important is because you went from this being complacent and thinking that, you know, the world is good with you thinking that you know everything because you have book smarts. But then at the same time, now you're like this and you're like this. You are aware of the darkness that other people have inside of them, and that you, Sagittarius, are not going to waste your time trying to engage with somebody that chooses to do wrong. They out here partying. If you hear crazy people in the background, that's not even in my apartment. They out here partying, you know. But anyway, so on a Monday, no less. But anyway, so a lot of you Sagittarius feel kind of thankful for this. But I'm also seeing that if you Sagittarius see someone that is showing you some real red flags, I'm seeing that you Sagittarius will essentially leave them alone, because you're not going to put up with this. You Sagittarius are not going to deal with somebody who, in essence, is someone that you know for a fendi fact that you can't trust. And you Sagittarius shouldn't have to be asked to do any of that type of stuff. Sorry if I seem a little bit sleepy. It was kind of I ain't even gonna lie. I'm filming this on a Monday. Y'all will see this Tuesday. It's kind of a difficult day for me today, to be quite honest and transparent. So I'm kind of broken up. You know what I mean? My body is kind of sore a little bit, and then I gotta still go and work out and everything. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, the Emperor now, the King of Wands, is all about how you Sagittarius have a better understanding. I should really say, and because you Sagittarius have a better understanding of how others can be, now you've put yourself in a situation where you Sagittarius can essentially look straight through other people. And it's easier now for you to look straight through other people, because you Sagittarius happen to be individuals where you are the Emperor, as to where other people may be the King of Wands, where they could control other people and tell them what to do. But you are a king or an emperor or a queen or whatever kind of royalty you want to call yourself. you are that in your own right. Because one thing that you Sagittarius have to understand, and this is what it is I was talking about, I think in the last Sagittarius reading, is sticks and stones. And what I mean when I say sticks and stones, I'm talking about like it's kind of like something that I talk about now personally with myself, where I'm so proud of how it is, how far I've come. Because when I first got on this YouTube thing, I would get, I would get upset about when you got people who want to be idiots. For me, now I'm in a situation where for me, I just want to go ahead and, I want to go ahead and do my own thing. And if a person doesn't necessarily like it, right? Whether, you know what I'm saying, whether they want to play games with me and they want to be adversarial to me is irrelevant, If regardless of if the person is doing it respectfully or if the person is trying to stir up drama, especially if they're trying to stir up drama. But either way it goes, I'm not really tripping out over it. And the reason why it is that I'm not tripping out over it in the first place is because I understand that everything that I've done been through, the more experience you go through, right? Like you got to understand, Sagittarius, don't worry, all of this stuff is coming to a point. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is this is what the Emperor and the King of Wands represents. It represents everything that you Sagittarius have been through, right? If you've been learning your lessons, it should harden you in that regard. And what I mean by that is it should give you thick skin to where people can talk trash about you and peer pressure and game and all this other type of goofy stuff. And that stuff shouldn't sway your decision making because you have it in here and in here. You have it your entire being. You've been around the block a couple of times. So you know what's happening, right? And you're prepared for it. And that's one of the things about confrontation, which is what it is I'll be talking about with fire signs. Fire signs, y'all rule confrontation. That's what y'all rule, among other things. But fire signs rule confrontation, okay? Water rules psychic abilities, okay? Earth rules wealth and riches and children. And air rules intelligence and ideas, right? So and connection and a connection with the divine, or what most people would consider to be divine or the source or whatever it is that they want to call it. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that's one of the gifts that you get, Sagittarius, when you go through a lot of confrontation. People will talk about how they're going to get you, and the King of Wands, they're going to talk about how they're going to get you and flip you and get you this way and try to do this to you and run roughshod and run down on you like a dog and all of this stuff. And then it's like you lived through that a couple of times. It's like, yo, you're not going to do any of that type of stuff. You're able to see through it because I don't know about you, Sagittarius, but this is what these two cards here represents, though. But I don't know about you, Sagittarius, but most of the times, I want to say the vast majority of times when people have ever talked like they were going to come get me, you know what I mean? They was trying to get me and, take my life or unend me and all this other, you know what I'm saying? I mean, end me or unalive me. They saying that they was going to unalive me. I'm sitting up over there trying to really go ahead and ask these people what's going on with them and whatnot. They're like, oh, they're going to unalive me. Then some time goes by and I do a little bit of research, or somebody comes back and they relay some information to me. And the most gangstest of people, the hardest of people, Sagittarius, that you would think are the individuals that's running roughshod on everybody and intimidating people. You see these people, me personally, I see these people on the block with someone who is embarrassing them, if you catch my drift, with someone who is put out there, with someone who's for the streets. And it's like, y'all make no sense. You want people to fear you, but then anybody can compromise you know what I mean? Anyone can compromise your shorty. Anybody can compromise the the individual that you kicking it with. You know what I mean? Or you like you find them going behind a trash can. You know, they're a guy, they're stunting and all of this, and then you find them going behind a trash can with another dude, and you're like, you know, it's not for you. You don't really care, but they're stunting like they the hardest. You're like, so this is what I'm talking about. It's just talk. And this is the thing that you Sagittarius are learning as time go on. And if you haven't learned it, then you Sagittarius really should learn it. By the way, those are true stories. I'm not even going to get into it. Anyway, the Two of Wands and the Eight of Cups now is about how it is that you need to live your life. You know, anybody that's coming at you like this, where it's a power struggle, it's difficult to be in a relationship with them, you Sagittarius essentially going to have to stay away from, because ultimately you and this person are cut from two different cloths, Sagittarius. And what I mean by that is, if you Sagittarius have been doing the work, right? If y'all have been honestly doing the work, and I'm not saying you have, I'm not saying that you haven't. For those Sagittarius who are watching the video, who has truly been doing the work, a lot of you are going to know what it is I'm talking about. If you are a Sagittarius that you don't know what it is I'm talking about, it means that you haven't had enough experience just yet. You know, live a little bit more is my suggestion. And if you learn from your mistakes, if you learn from situations, you'll know what it is I'm talking about soon. But the Two of Wands and the Eight of Cups represents, if you see anybody that's kind of making things much more difficult for you because it's like a rundown to actually be with you, right? In the sense that anytime that they interact with you, it's always got to be combative. It's always got to be, they attacking you. You know what I mean? Every time. Then 10 chances out of 10, those people got some issues going on with them. Whenever it is that you step on the scene, they got problems for whatever reason. So the Eight of Cups and the Moon represent, so whenever it is that you see people like this, okay, when you are interacting with people who act like that, you have to stay away from them. You got to stay away, because those are the same type of people who will be so jealous. But even worse than jealousy is envy, because envy is what is the stuff that'll take you out, if you know what I mean. But those people are so caught up with envy. Those are the type of people that will really set you up to get robbed, done in, get gone, all types of stuff. So I'm not saying that you Sagittarius are in any kind of danger. I'm saying that you Sagittarius have to understand that if someone right is making it difficult on you more than it has to be, right, or it's a power struggle, let those people go. Because this is a warning, because to a certain extent, some of these cards are warning cards, like the Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Moon, because this is about how you Sagittarius still may have internal issues battling with how come some people don't like you. And excuse me. And the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, sometimes those situations can really end up, and I hope YouTube don't hit me, but sometimes those situations can really save your life. They can really help you out by accepting the fact that sometimes people just don't like you for whatever made up, nonsensical, stupid reason that they done made up in their head. So, and that includes dating too, right? Like, how many times we've seen on true crime, E Hollywood, or whatever the name of that stuff is called, right? The investigation channel or investigation discovery, that one significant other was jealous of another significant other, but they was with them. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what in the world is this going on? Like, how you with somebody and you jealous of them? How you with somebody and you want to take them out? That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So now the Magician and the Six of Pentacles is all about how you Sagittarius have to look to your own divinity to be able to guide you to meet someone brand new. the Six of Pentacles. And what I mean by that is you Sagittarius have to start understanding that people who have value come to the table with value immediately. You know, it's really, you know what I'm saying? Like, people who really rock with you, it's really not hard to tell. See, if it's hard to tell if somebody rocks with you or not, then it means that you need to stay away from them, because those aren't really people that you can trust. Because there's a lot of people, even on my channel here, who rocks with me. And it's easy for me to know that they rock with me because they follow me on Instagram. They shelled out, you know what I'm saying? They shelled out X amount of dollars. They watch my videos. Sometimes they leave comments. You know, I know a lot of them have jobs or they have their own careers. Sometimes they don't leave. You know, sometimes they don't leave comments. They do leave likes. They, you know, stuff like this. Sometimes they do leave comments. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is yeah, they partying. But like it is, I said before, like, they don't, another thing about them too is they don't hassle me over the way that I talk. They don't catch problems with me expressing myself honestly. They don't look at it from a perspective. So I'm trying to say, right? I'm using myself as an example so y'all can learn from, right? Simply put, what it is that I'm trying to say, right? Because I'm trying to get you Sagittarius to understand that you're not alone in this. But what I'm trying to get you Sagittarius to understand, right, is this. When somebody is interested in you, right, they're going to immediately come into your life and show you that they have put their proverbial sword down spiritually. They're not fighting you. They're not trying to make it a problem to talk to you. Isolating themselves from you, right? This is when it is that you can't get them on the phone. Ghosting you. You know, trying to get you to jump through all of these hoops and all this other type of stuff. They're not trying to do all of that. If someone likes you immediately from the very beginning, they're making themselves available. They're not isolating themselves from you. They're like, hey, what's going on with you? How you doing? You know, hey, why don't we go hang out somewhere? You know, let's go get some Chinese. You know, I like Chinese food, so I'm just using it as an example, and I'm hungry. So it's like, why don't we go get some Chinese? You know, we get some Chinese and whatnot. We talking, hey, go ahead, get a bottle of champagne if that's what it is that you're into. Now, I don't drink, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, as an example. But there's no alarm bells going off. There's no reason. There's no kind of confusion behind it. You know what I mean? There's no kind of, well, I wonder if this person likes me. It's none of that. It's this person is rewarding you, you know? And it's not about trying to obligate you to reward them, or them trying to obligate you to reward them, or you to them, right? Even though I said it twice. But it's about the two of you learning how to work together, but they are rewarding you because they want to. You understand? So let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. And this partner is what it is that this is what it is that just hit me too. This is what it is that just came to my senses as well. This is what it is that you're looking for. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you Sagittarius, I ain't even gonna lie, you Sagittarius are a little bit too caught up right now with what other people want to hear from you. Y'all are a little bit caught up. And what I mean when I say that y'all are caught up, I'm talking about y'all are kind of entangled in other people's radicalized ideology of how they think about you and how they go about interacting with you. And you Sagittarius got to stop allowing my perception. You have to stop, in my perception, you have to stop allowing people to drag you in to these long-winded beefs and scuffles that you have with people. Because if you have any kind of connections to any exes, any kind of connections to any would-be love interests, you have to stay away from them, okay? You have to essentially connect, you have to disconnect, excuse me, and you have to make it so that you have almost like a detox. Like you know how it is that, like, you know, I don't drink, but you know how it is that, like, you try to detox your colon. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've never done any of that type of stuff as far as like taking a detox. I just drink water, but y'all know the example of what it is I'm trying to give. You trying to detox your body from all of these different like things that you eat, and just trying to give your body a break, right? That's what it is that you need to do. You Sagittarius, because one thing that I'm also seeing too that really just kind of hit me a few minutes ago was some of you Sagittarius as well got some baggage that you haven't gotten rid of just as of yet. So let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. The Fool, the Hermit, Tower, Five of Swords, Eight of Wands. Right. If the person is not coming in with a level of wisdom, you want someone that's wise, willing to actually give you a good time, not a hard time, not a difficult time. It's not a power struggle. Yeah, then you have to essentially cut loose from all of these weirdos that you are still kind of connected to. Because some of you Sagittarius are still connected to some people that you haven't stopped talking to yet. You say that you have, but you still talking to them. The Tower and the Five of Swords is all about how next thing you know, you Sagittarius also have to understand that what you've got going on is that you Sagittarius are also in a particular situation where and you'll be able to find that person naturally. And what I mean when I say that, I'm talking about from the perspective of the way that you interact with other people and the way that they interact with you will come easily. It'll be natural, right? And what I mean by that is you'll interact with someone and maybe they'll have some things in common with you, which is a good thing to have, because when someone has something in common with you, then that's something that's of value that the two of you that the two of you share together, that can actually build upon like that. Rhea Ripley, fine. Anyway, and then you have the Lovers, right? You know, Rhea Ripley, fine. She is fine. Anyway, that is good eating right there. Anyway. Anyway, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is about how it is that and they'll want to be in your life. They will want to be in your life and stay in your life as well. So just keep that in mind. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.